You always hear people, I wanted to say about money. You always hear people say, oh, well, money's freedom, so you got to get freedom. You got to earn money to be free. I don't know if it's freedom. And if it were freedom, that would mean a broke motherfucker's a slave. And until he gets money, he will continue to be a slave. But when you go out and work and you fall into a certain tax bracket, 1/3 of your money goes to the federal government or the state or local property tax. It's a 1/3. It's a 1/3 mark in a certain tax bracket. Then you got other taxes, sales tax, this tax, that tax. Then you got property tax that pays the police. So what are you, a slave half the time? So money is the root of all evil, and they say get money so you can be free. But then if you had a bunch of money, would you be free to go talk however you want? And aren't we seeing these people, Patreon, the other money, digital money, it's like a currency exchange, PayPal? You got PayPal, where if you do not have the right opinion, your ass is out. It's over with. You are no longer to use their service. So then you got idiots who purposely get kicked off to try to get some kind of like street cred that, oh, look at me, I got kicked off PayPal, so I must be one of the good guys. No, you're not. Then you get so mad. The point of this is we are all slaves. Then you got police that pull you over, and some would call it molest. Some would call it intervene in your business. Some would call it kidnap, shackle, and throw you in a dungeon. In the 70s, our parents, our grandparents, they didn't have to have driver's license. They were free still, to a certain effect. So then the police pull you over. I'll leave that alone. Police pull you over. Can we search your car? Oh, why do you need my search my car? Oh, wait, you need to search my car because you want to put me in handcuffs, drag me down to the police station, fingerprint me, hold me in a cell, and then try to extort more money out of me depending on the infraction that you write down on a piece of paper. Whatever you say you found, if I have a gun, there's no right to bear arms. They find a gun on you. Those are two constitutional things broken. Right to bear arms and the freedom to travel without having to say, here's my paper, here's my papers. Am I good to go, officer? Please don't steal my car. It's Father's Day. Please don't take me and put me in shackles in front of my kids on Father's Day. They don't give a fuck. Your ass is going to jail on Father's Day. I don't care if you got 5 kids in the car. They don't give a fuck. Can we search your car? Officer, I don't think you need to search my car. You pulled me over for a traffic infraction. Or, officer, I was just sitting here looking at my phone texting on the side of the road because I did not want to drive and text. Well, we got a call that you look suspicious sitting outside this house. Officer, I'm on a side street. Why? Why am I suspicious? Well, the guy said that you were out here for like 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I was out here for 10 minutes. Is that illegal? Get out of the car. I'm not arguing with you. Why are you getting out of the car? Then they grab your window. They start acting like they're going to tear it apart. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Why are we getting violent? Get out of the car. No. Now they're trying to use tactics. You know, they start fucking trying to give you scary face. You're like, slow down. Are you going to rip my fucking window out? Are you going to shoot me? You don't know what these people are capable of. You do not know. You don't know. Okay, I don't have shit in my car. Rips the door open. Say you don't want to get searched. Say you say, no, fuck that, window's open. Bow! Break the fucking window open. Say you say, no, you're out of the car. They tricked you out of the car. Or you succumb to threats and you stepped out of the car. Search me. I have nothing on me. I don't understand what this is about. We live in a free country. Wrong. So then they say, you don't want to let us search the car? Why not? You hiding something? Oh, so if I do let you search the car, you search it with every intent to fucking find something illegal. And if the nicer the car, the more they want to impound it. So I think I'm going to go back. That's why I want to buy all Honda Odysseys 2004 and older, because they're not an arm and a leg. They're like 2,500. You can fix them yourself. Or Dodge Caravans, '06 and under. Just buy them old vans. You can move shit like a pickup truck. You don't have to spend $5,000 to get your halfway decent pickup truck. Point is, they tow cars a lot in Chicago. This is a racket. Steal your car, ransom it back to you. So then they say, okay, you don't want us to search your car. That seems a little guilty. We'll get the dog out here. The dog comes. Now tell me this isn't the most ridiculous shit ever. If the dog does a thing that they say tells them, he hits on the car, they then get to search your car. So you mean to tell me we couldn't have came up with a better way than a dog that will do anything if trained? How many times do you need to bring your dog up to the car and say, get it, and him go, hurrah, and then you say, here's some food, yeah, good boy, all right, hop back in the car. Bring him out again, get it. If he doesn't start tearing shit away, the food goes in the pocket. Get it. Go like that. Boom. There's a lot of noise on the road, or tap your foot like that. Something. Tip the dog off. Or the dog knows what time it is when he's in the car. He's been trained. I saw a dog on cops literally bite the fucking seat foam on the driver's side where his left hand would go, to move your seat up and down. Ripped leather off. That's how amped up these fucking dogs are. And this is what we're going with. So they can subvert the Constitution. They could subvert the law. Everything could be twisted and manipulated. So what kind of taste does that leave in the average American citizen's mouth when they see police pulled over and the cop being like, oh man, we got cameras on, Bob. What are we going to do, Bob? Well, if we don't fucking arrest them, we're going to fucking lose our job. So then they go up to the cop. The cop's like, are you serious? You motherfuckers are not going to arrest me today. They're like, listen, we got to, Bob. We don't like doing this any more than you. Can you call your wife? Can we park the car over there? Oh. So they would have let him go. We all know that's how it goes, right? I'm not even that mad about it. What I do get mad about is when I see the fat cop get pulled over and start crying, bawling, sobbing in a drunken, sloppy stupor. And they're like, dude, chill out. You're getting a DUI. Haven't you given 5 million people DUIs? And haven't you told them? Well, you shouldn't have drove drunk. Now these cops want to sit there and cry. But they could look you in your eyes and say, you shouldn't have drove drunk. Well, a DUI means your life's over in Chicago. It's a real hard hump to get over. It's $15,000 and lawyers' fees, etc. So now we got these Charlie Kirks of the world, that our generation, our 30-year-olds, all the white men. You've got people going up there busting his balls. Fuck these people who want to be alt-right. This alt-right, whatever you call it, don't call it alt-right. Groypers, truthers, white nationalists, truthers. What is a white nationalist? You have white skin like me, and you want what's best for the country you live in. Not because you give a fuck about America. Maybe you do. Because you live there, and you want yourself and your family and everybody to be successful, right? Well, now it's getting so bad here where you're like, when Obama was president, people were like, they were getting real paranoid with that Alex Jones shit. Normal people were buying dry food, putting it in their basement because they felt something in their gut that said, these motherfuckers might just try to kill us all or starve us all. That's how bad it got. People's grandmothers were getting 5-gallon paint bucket things, like Carpenter's bucket, to fucking put dry food in the ground because the whole country on the right-wing side felt like, man, this feels like Soviet communism. We've got to get prepared. It's that bad. This isn't about Trump or Hillary, Democrat or Republican. It's about survival. People can feel it. And Trump, at least a lot of people have been able to relax and the economy get better because people don't think they're going to die next year. Point of the story is, white men, Christians we're going to throw in there too, attacked from every fucking angle. Started in the 80s. Well, I'm younger, so I don't know. But when I look back on time, them baby boomers, why do you think when you talk to a baby boomer, they say, Well, my stomach's full and I got a roof over my head and everything's all good. It's all going to blow over because it all blew over for them. They were the majority. They can go jump on a roof and make $20, $15 an hour, pay their rent in 2 days. Rent was $350 a month. Electric bill was about $16 a month. Gas was 98 cents to $1.50. You can go buy a beater, station wagon, go get your old Riviera in horrible condition. Go get you an old beater, an old Lincoln, $500 gets you a nice one. For $250, you can get you an old Monza. If anybody remembers Monzas, you can go get you a Monza, drive that bitch around for about 6 months, then it blows a head gasket. Okay, well, go get us another one for $250. That's how life was for people who were alcoholic baby boomers and their kids. Nowadays, you cannot go buy a vehicle for $250. It cost me $450 to put lights and plates on a vehicle I purchased, a title transfer. My first car cost $450 in 2002 or 3 or 4 actually. My first car cost me $450. I think it was $198 to put the plates on, and I spent a total of, what was it, 2 plus 450, $650. $650 right now is insurance and a car note for some of the higher end cars. It's 2 months. It's 2 car notes for a newish car. They didn't have to have it. They didn't even. It wasn't even. It wasn't illegal to not have what's it called? Car insurance. That started, I believe, in the 80s, maybe 89. My mom told me that nobody had to have it, and others have told me. So that's why we look at boomers and we say, man, you just can't talk to them because they haven't been confronted with the reality that I've been confronted with, that a lot of you have been confronted with. And the millennials, we are not racist. A lot of millennials, not me, even me sometimes, go out of our way to try to be cool with everybody because we don't want to fight. If I fight you and you fight me, and say you get the best of me or I get the best of you, my knuckles are still bloody. I'm still covered in dirt. I still might go to jail for aggravated battery. And I might go to jail in Cook County Jail for 9 months awaiting trial in a literal hellhole where you're fighting for your fucking life. It ain't worth it. So a lot of us millennials, we do. And I notice a lot of us want to spread information. There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of fucked up people too. There's a lot of egomaniac narcissists. Those are the number one thing wrong with millennials. So that's why, and another thing, they don't stick together. How are you going to be a voting bloc that changes the world? How are we going to turn the tide so that people stop attacking us for our skin color, which is true. And I speak for myself. I don't hate anybody for their religion, race, etc. What I don't like is when somebody hates me for what I am and thinks of me as lesser. When I started hearing people think of me as lesser and talking down about white people, that erased whatever I had to be looking down on others. Because you got to understand, you are not any different from anybody else. You came over on ships, most likely, white man, and were put to work and worked hard. You didn't have a silver spoon. Okay? They look at you as a dog. Matter of fact, they look at white people as smart enough to run shit and do all the hard numbers crunching and managerial jobs, and then to siphon all the money and then say, fuck you, and close the plant. They don't give a fuck about you. But they look at white people as like managers. These people can be the managers and figure out problem solving and run companies. But we're going to buy all the companies and we're going to use it all against them through media, through Hollywood, through all the different forms of Hollywood, through propaganda where they say an article would read something like, since 2001, white males have accounted for 80% of all terrorism deaths in the United States. So whoever wrote that was trying to get across that white people are the problem. If we would just eat all the babies, the girl said, it's basically like this. If we would just kill all the white people, or if we would just take all their money and power, everything would be fine. And then they say, hey, white man, you've had hundreds of years to speak. Your opinion isn't valued. So because of the skin color, they want you to shut up. That is the sickest thing you could ever hear. So these people say they haven't had a voice, but then they don't want you to have a voice. These are just some things to ponder over, because I'm watching the Groypers, and I'm thinking about the Groypers and everything they're talking about, and I'm like, well, once some white people stand up, will it be subverted immediately? Like Charlie Kirk? Will he act like he's, there's people that step up from time to time, and then you say, this ain't the guy. I had somebody tell me a month or two ago that we're all lucky to have people like Owen Benjamin sticking up for white people because nobody else is. I said to myself, dude, are you slow? Are you literally that slow? The man tries to pretend to be some pro-white guy just so he can make us look bad. That's almost like a Jewish guy running around calling black people the N-word and then running away. Everybody will say, oh, look at the white person, the racist white guy screaming nigger. But it wasn't. It was somebody trying to make white people look bad. And I think what these Groypers need to be, they got the right idea. The right idea is to, in my opinion, would be to hammer points. Hammer this point. Number one, 9/11, we don't believe it. Stay away from the moon hoax. Okay? Don't even get into the thing where you know the answers to what happened in 9/11. Just say, listen, building number 7, ask questions like this to these people like Kirk and people running for office. Can you tell us what your opinion is on building number 7? Have you looked at it? That's a good question to see where somebody's at on the mental spectrum. The moon landing is inconsequential. Flat Earth, I don't care about whatever you think, whatever shape you think it is. Inconsequential. We're down here, we're on the ground. This may be about survival. This may be all we got. How many decades can people put up with being scapegoated? And isn't it a fucking miracle that nobody's had riots or protests or white people haven't said enough is enough? You know why? Because white people just want to work and go home and be non-confrontational, in my opinion, and just do their own thing. Work on cars, work on their home. A lot of us, like me, enjoy, working with our hands. Do productive shit and be good to our family. And a lot of us white males are fucked over right now. I mean, a lot of people in Chicago have lost their job because they've just given jobs, like I mentioned before, like the CTA. There's only so many jobs for a white guy. The rest have to be given away. Now, should I be mad at people who took the jobs, like Mexicans and blacks? No. They're just trying to get a job just like I am. It's the people who put the policies in place to make sure there's quotas. It's not the people's fault who are trying to get the job. But you get it. I'm going on and on. But I'm going to have my eye on this Groyper shit. And Keck the Frog, a lot of those people, the frog meme and Kekistanis and all that shit, they seem like well-to-do people, but for a fact, people are going to try and subvert whatever movement they have. Even if it's not that great of one, they'll try to subvert it. But everybody, God bless, don't give up, don't have a negative thing, and don't watch losers. There's a lot of phony narcissists out here, and they're not in it to help anybody but themselves. So, build a circle of men that are solid, are going to stand up for whatever they say, and aren't built on rage and hate. Rage and hate begets hatred and violence. Violence and hate begets violence and hate. And there's a lot of hurt little boy men out here that act just that way. Just act like hurt, like they've been through some traumatic shit as a child. That's no reason to discard a person. But if they cannot get over that, and they act too emotional, they gotta go. But let's keep our eye on this. Let's keep an eye on this Groyper thing and see where it goes. All right, and we're all in this together. Let's all call out bullshit. But if there's a good dude out there, support him. So everybody, God bless. Jesus is king.